and welcome to another episode of 50 Shades of Play. I'm your host Ingve, as always, and today I have a special treat. We'll start this time off by playing The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing for about an hour, followed by the sequel, The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing 2, which is set to be released on the 22nd of this month. Now this is a fantastic game. I reviewed the original myself for Hooked Gamers, and I gave it a 9, mostly because I really love the steampunk setting it features, which is a setting and a theme that I think is very underused in video games. There's of course the classic RPG Arcana, which I played to death. But the sequel I won't be reviewing because my boss, Sergio at Hooked Gamers, he decided that he would do the review this time. Mostly because, he's a selfish prick, and I will never forgive him for this dick move, which is, I'm the boss, I can do whatever I want. Anyway, let's get started with this one. Now, instead of going to resume story, I'm going to create a new game. Select character, create. Just to show you the process. Now, for those of you who haven't bought this game, who don't have this game, I would advise you to get it. I haven't played the second one. I just launched it once to check out if everything worked, and as it does, then I look forward to playing it. So I'm guessing it continues the story from this one, and the story is very interesting, so I would advise you to start this. I start with this one. Now here you see the original release only came with the hunter. It didn't come with these two, and there's no gender selection, and you can't really customize the look of your character. But as you progress through the game, you get, of course, loot. So you get a lot of different looking hats and capes and stuff. So your character will look drastically different at later points. Now, what should I name this guy? Well, let's just go with Twitch Van Helsing. Makes him sound like a psychopath. Now the difficulty is casual is for those who want to just experience the story and not experience that much of a challenge. Normal, I did die quite a few times on normal. Dying isn't that big of a problem, but hard is, I've never actually tried it because I'm pretty sure I would die even more and just get stuck at certain points. Heroic, of course, is like, this is for all those hardcore ARPG fans who think they've seen it all. We are ready to show you that Borgovia can offer new challenges even for you. Item drop rate is much higher than normal. Oh, that's cool actually. But hardcore character, that is, if you click this thing, then death is final for that character. So if you die, your character is basically deleted, or I've never done that either because I like my characters. Now for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna go with casual and hunter, so I won't be dying that much, which is boring to watch, I know. Twitch Van Helsing, okay. And as you could see, there wasn't that much character customization involved, and that is, I don't know. With all the talk of gender equality in the gaming industry these days, I would have liked to see the option of choosing a woman, because of course, the Van Helsing is his last name, so you could just as well have Tina Van Helsing. But, of course there are budgeting issues. You'd have to hire other voice actors and stuff like that. And I can see Orshi at Neocore is already on my chat. Hey Orshi! Okay, let's get to the story.
It all began with a call for help. A letter from Borgovia addressed to Van Helsing, the great monster slayer, my father. He doesn't take cases anymore, but I am a hunter too. So I set off on a journey with Lady Katarina, my remarkable companion. I'm an expert on the supernatural, and I seem to be drawn to it. Occasionally events get out of control, and then we have to leave in quite a hurry. Sometimes it's Katarina's fault. She can be quite reckless at times. Still, she always helps me save the day. And she also happens to be a ghost. My father rescued her from Borgovia, and she has been bound to serve our family ever since. Katarina often complains about it, but I think she really likes the thrill of the adventure. She is a charming soul, but she also has a darker side. Good. It comes in helpful when I'm in danger. Somewhere along the way, we slowly learned to work together. And finally, in the cold rain of Venice, we became a team. The last leg of the journey was by sea. Apart from the Kraken, the pirates, and the storms, it was mostly uneventful. I had time to ponder my mission. Once Borgovia was a dark place where monsters lived. Long ago, my father defeated the immortal kings, created a peace treaty, and entrusted the land to some enlightened individuals. What could have happened there? What could be even more frightening than the reign of monsters? The closer we drew to Borgovia, the more confusing the rumors became. The land behind the Thunderhead Mountains was wrapped in mystery. As our carriage approached the mountain pass, I had a sense of foreboding. It didn't really surprise me when I heard an explosion. The adventure has just begun.
Survive that?
Katarina, shouldn't you help me out with this?
Please, they're just some ragged outlaws. See, it wasn't that difficult, was it?
So this is how they welcome folk around here.
Yes. Why? It is an ancient and venerable tradition.
There's one sentence in that video that I really love. When he goes, apart from the Kraken, the pirates, and the storms, the journey was mostly uneventful. Right. Now, as you can see, this is a basic action RPG kind of Diablo-esque control system. And featuring drops and all that stuff. Clicking multiple times on enemies, wearing out the mouse button. But what sets this game apart is with the R key you can very quickly switch between melee and ranged weapons, which is very important when the battles become a little bit more hectic. When you get swarmed by enemies and, you know, ranged weapons don't work that well. Also, Lady Katarina is brilliant. I love the banter between the two of them, and I'm a sucker for good story, plot, character development, and that stuff. So these two are one. Yeah, I think the main reason why I keep coming back to this game. Then, of course, there is the fact that you can set her behavior so that she matches your playstyle. For example, I'm more of a hack and slash kind of brutal guy, and I love making her be the ranged one. Now, if I can just figure out how to... Alright, there it is. Here in the behavior tab, you can just set her to ranged. You can also have her as a ghost, which gives you a 10% damage reduction from all damage, but she doesn't help you out in combat at all. She just, you know, she just kind of lays there. Anyway, yeah, if you prefer the melee, then you can just send her into battle. And these two, the ghost version of her becomes kind of a greyish version of what you see right here. But the ranged has her, you know, with a... Well, I shouldn't really be telling you this, I should just be showing it. Right, and behavior, you can tell her to defend you, assist you by attacking the targets that you're targeting, make her go for the weakest in the group, or make her go for the most vulnerable. Now I'm gonna set her to the weakest because I like getting rid of as many as possible to minimize the enemy damage output. And here's a really nice thing, because in action RPGs, I think the most annoying thing that I experience is having to run around picking everything up. I love getting loot and seeing it pop out and lie on the ground and all that stuff, but I don't want to be running around collecting it all the time. So you can actually tell her to do that. Let her, make her pick up all the gold, all the health and mana potions, all the essences. These are like, if you remember Diablo, they're like slotted items. These, you know, certain items you can imbue with magical essences to get them, to give them either extra damage powers or protective powers or whatever. And magic, rare, and epic items I'm gonna have her pick up as well. No normal items because, you know, money comes pretty easily in this game, so you don't really have to be carrying around a lot of normal items just to be able to sell them. Value limit, you can actually set a limit that she will not pick up anything that's cheaper than a certain amount, which comes in handy later when you're flooded with money and you don't have no, you know, and it's more important to keep your inventory clean of cheaper items than it is to be able to sell them. And down here is a very, very nice thing, because you can send her to town. Once we've passed the first town, you can actually send her to town to buy things and to sell everything that's in her inventory, so you don't have to run there yourself. This will leave you without protection for a whole minute. So, and here you can tell her to buy how many health potions and how many mana potions she should buy every turn, every time she goes. So, let's keep on going. I've set her to range, so she should stay away from, and right there she picked up the mana potion. Now she should stay away. Now you can see her ranged figure. As you can see, she's pretty fucking brutal.
Oh my, that was stupid.
I'm impressed, actually. They do have a sense of theatrics.
We could still fly over the chasm.
Really?
Oh, right. Sometimes I forget how human you are.
We should follow the normal pathway there.
Now, even though her weapons don't really change, her form is always the same, then equipping new items will give her higher damage output. And as you can see, she goes straight ahead and just picks up everything that's worth picking up. Let's see if there are any more interactive corpses here. Alright. Flintlock pistol. I know this isn't a normal one, but I'm gonna check if it's any better. No, it's the same, but it might be better for her. Yep. Increases her damage output by 4.9%. So let's keep going. Now my melee output is a bit slower because I have a bigger sword and I don't have two of them. She goes ahead and picks up all the magical items. But of course, the damage per second is what I'm most interested in. So even though I may not be hitting as fast, and I'm doing more damage at home. There are certain parts of the game where most of the action happens with multiple weak enemies instead of a mix. And there it's very important to have 2 swords rather than 1. I think at least. Now, let's see. There's supposed to be a secret kind of thing here coming up. A small guy running with a money pouch, who drops money every time you shoot him.
Look, a domovoy.
There he goes.
With a bag full of treasure.
The more times you shoot him, come on, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. Ah, no, 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 no. Damn it. Okay. Well,
What's the matter with him?
that was the most
You
I've
look
ever
like
gotten.
you'd seen a ghost.
So, it's pretty good.
No, don't blame this on me. You started chasing him.
I actually started doing more. I started shooting him. Hey! Right, I think actually I have leveled up quite a few times now. So I think this is a good time to stop and reflect on the character. Yeah. On the skill tree. Perks. These become available, of course, as you go along. Available perks, I have now 1. Berserker. When your anger reaches its absolute boiling point, it begins to manifest through your attacks. The rage meter is down here. So that basically means that when you're at full rage, then you do 10% max damage, at 10% damage increase. Blah. Ghost Whisperer, you tend to attract incorporeal beings. Your soul provides a strong anchor for Katarina in the world of the living, enabling her to recover from a weakened state more quickly. Now she almost always lives much longer than I do, so I'm just gonna, wait with that. Natural Healer, you have a knack for healing spells, and even healing potions work better for you. Precise, you know where it hurts the most, and you are not afraid to use that knowledge. That's 5% critical chance. Second chance. Now this one I always take first. You were one of those lucky ones who literally get a second chance to carry on. For a very short time, true, but we are not complaining here, are we? This means that you get a couple of seconds to run away every time you die, and you just respawn at the place you're standing a couple of seconds. Yeah, four seconds later. That means that it's only the second time that you die that you have to actually pay for it or start further back in the story or whatever annoyances come with dying. But this you can only use every 3 minutes, which is really, really good. And the last one, Collector, you've learned how to arrange your inventory more effectively and thus become able to carry twice as much. So I'm going with second chance. Now yes, I've gotten a question, is this Van Helsing 1? This is the original. I don't know how long I've been playing right now, but the schedule is that at 12 o'clock Danish time, which is in 35 minutes, then I'll be starting with Van Helsing 2 and playing that as well. So, second chance, perk learned, level up. Here is a melee attack. This basically, increases your standard attack. This one imbues your attack with electricity damage, which does link between enemies. So, the higher this goes, the more enemies get damaged by it. And this is a very, very, very good skill, and I think I'm going to put all of them here, as I am a melee fighter. The Occult Hunter has right now the same two things: the standard attack and the lightning attack. Only in, of course, the ranged versions. And the rage increases your max rage value. Now this becomes important later when you get the added skills on top of your magical skills, and they allow you to link up rage skills and do massive amounts of damage. And the more rage you have, of course, the more you can link up. Tricks. These are, yeah, healing skills and traps and stuff that you can put on the ground. Actually, I don't think there are any traps here. Yeah, these are... You and all your allies within 10 meters range gain a bonus to damage and critical hit. The first one heals all players within its range. This one is really good when you don't have any healing potions left, because this... every 30 seconds you can use heal, even though you don't have any potions on you. And if you're like me and you kind of forget a lot about, you know, buying healing potions and forget to send her after them, then you can get trapped within certain areas where you can't send her out, like dungeons and stuff. Yeah, and then you can get into real big trouble if you don't have this. Auras, these are mostly passive skills that allow you to yeah, increase damage, more rage. This one is actually really good because every time you spend rage, you heal a small fraction. But when you're doling out the rage, then it can mean the difference between life and death. Now, increase your critical damage multiplier as long as you have max rage. I tend to actually, this is really good in the beginning, but later on it becomes more important to dole out the rage. So, which is cool. So this becomes less important then, because then you're almost never at max rage. So I think I might take this down one notch just to give myself a little bit extra melee attack for when I don't have any mana. And yeah, that's the skill tree. The body, dexterity and willpower and luck. These are basically your melee damage output and health points, range damage output and dodge value. Willpower determines how talented you are at casting occult spells. Now, I never go with the occult spells. I don't know why. It's just I never in games like these. I prefer the kind of brutal power of melee combat. I prefer that to magic. And luck determines how lucky you are. A high luck value increases your chance of finding gold, magical items, dodging. It also increases the damage dealt by critical hits. This is really good because I like magical items. So I might put this up to 13. Body I'll dole up to 15, and dexterity, well, maybe I'll keep dexterity 13 and luck 12. Now I think no, she hasn't gotten her first level up yet, but it's very similar the way you level her up. It's more simple, but you know. Now let's keep killing things.
Kill the stranger.
Now you see how this is just a preview of how hectic combat can get in this game, and sometimes you have way more enemies than this. Actually, I think when we start going into Borgova, then it gets even worse. Now, reinforced
This
vessel.
forest will swallow us whole and spit out my bones.
And still no sign of a decent inn.
Why would you need an inn? You're a ghost.
So I'm supposed to spend the rest of my nights among the trees like a peasant girl who got lost in the woods.
I'd love the idea.
Okay. Ooh, a ring. Plus 10 hit points, right? That is one issue that I sometimes have with making her pick everything up. I forget that she picks something up, and then, you know, I find out later that she's been holding something in her inventory for a long time that I could have used, but didn't because I didn't know it was there. Now, did I pick up some essences before? Yes. These are essences. This one, for example, if you apply it to a weapon, it does 10, gives you 10 plus HP, armor 10 plus HP, accessory 10 plus HP. Some of them, like this one, have different things. So if you put it on a weapon, it gives you plus 5% critical damage. If it's an arm, it's a piece of armor, +4 dodge value. And an accessory like a ring or a necklace, then it gives you +7 mana. Of course, there are specific places where you have to do this, but yeah. So I love that about I liked the Diablo version of it a little bit better, because then you could see like and you could see where the diamonds were, but it didn't give you nearly as many options. It was basically just cold damage, fire damage, poison damage, or something else. This has a very diverse range of things that you can add onto your weapons and armor. So it's a much better system. And of course, I am when I reference Diablo, I'm talking about Diablo 2, not the newest one. I haven't even played that.
Easy, lad.
We're friends here.
They all say that, but I won't let in any dangerous fiends on my watch. No, sir.
How dare you? I'm going to tear you apart, and then I'll teach you some manners.
No, I didn't mean you, my lady. The undead nobility of Borgova are always welcome to haunt here, but you, with the Van Helsing hat, we don't like your sort here, with your weapons and bad manners.
I am a monster hunter.
Of course you are, or you are just a troublemaker.
Oh, you don't have to worry about my servant. I keep him on a short leash.
Katarina.
Thank you, my lady. You can pass, and your manservant too.
We'll talk about this later.
Fine, don't even thank me.
Now, the first town. Yeah, the backstory between Lady Katarina and Van Helsing. Apparently, he is the grandson of the legendary Van Helsing, the one from, the novel. But at one point, he apparently saves her, or avenges her death. I can't really remember. It's been a while since I played this last time. And she has been bound to his family. Her spirit has been bound to his family since. So, yeah, she's kind of grumpy. She doesn't really like the situation, but I mean, their relationship becomes warmer as you progress through the game, if I remember correctly. Now here you have the artifact forge. So if I take this weapon, and if I want it to give me plus 10 HP or 5% critical damage, I think I'll prefer the right. Place items on top of these slots and press forge to make a new random item. Right, so it has to be 2 magic items. Where was the magic imbuing thing? Yeah, I'd really like a spirit bound to me too. That would be awesome.
What is that?
You didn't recognize it? That's the ink.
A dark material of creation and dreams. But that's a myth.
Borgovia is the only place where the ink leaks through the cracks of the world.
So you can enter the ink here.
Yes, and then you can travel below or behind this world and appear at certain places. That's the ink walk.
Oh, you mean teleport.
That is such a cliched word.
I love how this game is not too serious about itself, but it still references its roots in literature. For example, by calling this the ink walk, it's you can travel through the pen that is creating the world, in a sense. Now let's see, where was I supposed to go? There's
A proper hunter at last.
And suddenly someone appreciates me.
Bah! They all forgot that monsters are dangerous. That's what peace does to you.
Is there anyone who can tell me more about Borgova?
Talk to the alchemist, if you can. But the Romany travelers put a curse on him, so he can't speak anymore.
Oh, they love curses. It's nice to see that they are sticking to tradition.
Katerina, please. How can I help that poor man?
Go to the Romany tribe and ask them to remove the curse.
Now, Ceylon Gaming would like a spirit bound to him. One like Katarina. Is that because of her personality or the way she's fixing her dress all the time?
Welcome, stranger, my lady.
And a good day to you. We must get to Borgova. The bridge has collapsed.
Then you need to talk to the village mayor, who knows the pathway through the forest.
And where do I find him?
He went out to investigate a wagon that got lost on the forest road with some valuables. He hasn't
Thought so.
returned yet.
It's never that easy, my dear Van Helsing.
If I had a spirit bound to me like that, I probably wouldn't be married. Jealousy is a powerful thing. Now, I'm going to give left click to learn power up. Right, I'm going to be. Damn it! I was gonna have this one. 10% chance of dying outright. These are the rage skills that you can attach to the base skill, and you can use the ASD key on your keyboard to basically stack these up. So basically, for this one, for example, lethal jolt, the targets have a 10% chance of dying outright. Every time you stack one of these on top of each other, the chance becomes greater. So you can, if you put 3 of these together, you have a 30% chance of killing whatever animal is out there outright in a first punch. Of course, it doesn't work on nemesis, but it is still a really cool thing. So, right here, I just have to press S, and then I stack them up, and as you can see, my rage meter goes down. And the next time I punch something, then this will be applied.
Drunk. Just resting.
Apparently, there's a drunk there. Now, this is the merchant that I can send Katarina back to at this point. Let me just go ahead and sell all these things that I'm not going to be using. These 2 I'm going to keep because I need to find where the hell I go to view magic licenses. How do I put myself to the left side? You mean me? Okay, now let's go kill some things. I'm not gonna be spending too much time looking for how to imbue magical items. That would be boring to watch, right? I'm looking at the time. 20 minutes left of this before Van Helsing 2. Oh, the face cam, right. It is. I use open. What is it called? Open broadcaster software. And behind me is a blue screen. You can actually see kind of a tinge of it here on my left, because I haven't chroma keyed it well enough. Yeah, I have a blue screen which cancels, and then I just set the program to cancel out that color and use the game imagery instead. That is built into the software. It's actually pretty easy. Craft to the craft. Now the action starts. Oh, right. I forgot about this guy.
Oh, a sacred altar. Maybe we shouldn't go too close.
You don't have to worry. You're bound to me. Sacred places only affect wandering ghosts.
A sacred altar. there are a lot of Easter eggs in this game. And funny ones too. If I remember correctly, I can find... I've only found it once though, and I immediately forgot where it was. So I never found it again. Excalibur, you can actually find it.
Oh, a gruesome puzzle. Let me see. The wagon was attacked by the soldiers.
And werewolves.
No, the distribution of the paw prints is all wrong. They just rushed in and out.
Did you just say distribution?
And this track here,
It's deeper. The beast was carrying someone. I'm impressed.
as you should be.
Right. Let's go find us a werewolf lair.
And although this is a Van Helsing game, it doesn't have any references to vampires or anything like that. Like, yeah, of course, I mean, it is in its nature a reference to Dracula, but there are way more references. It's basically referencing most of popular literature of the period, which I find super cool. What a trap. Yeah, she is really scary. I mean, she's hot when she's not in this form, but Lady Katarina. Of course, I sometimes forget that I'm going to upload this onto YouTube after the broadcast, and those who will be viewing it there will not be able to follow us on the chat, so these random outbursts of Katarina is hot are quite puzzling. Right.
Never liked scarecrows.
I wish I could make a joke about your childish worries, but
This looks
the
familiar.
werewolves seem to agree with you.
Oh shit.
How they avoid the scare.
If I wasn't playing this on casual right now, then I would be dying a lot. I would probably not be alive right now. You can probably tell just by how I play that I usually play games with their story and I'm not really that good at it.
Don't have enough rage.
I don't have enough rage. Right, there was something about this scarecrow, right? I seem to remember something. But before I... Mr. Scarecrow. Oh! Easter egg! Aha! Holy crap! Yeah. I don't have enough rage,
One less childhood trauma to cope with, right?
The best way to fight your demons is to beat them senseless.
That is so true. The best way to fight your demons is to beat them senseless. Oh. No Easter eggs back here. Yep. My fight sounds are a bit high. So, the game volume, I mean. Okay. Cool, cool. That means I will definitely turn down the game volume for Van Helsing 2. Thank you for that comment. I think the game volume is at about 45% now, so either the open broadcaster isn't setting it correctly, or I just suck at what I do. Shit. Better just let them take care of this, and then ah! Run away! It's best to run in S's, like a zigzag when you run up to these things, because they will miss you if you move. Holy crap! Ah. No zigzagging there. Yeah. This is where things get real. How long ago? Now I've just noticed that she has a plus sign up here, which means she leveled up. I have no idea how long ago that was. But apparently she has 9 points available here, so she must have gained, I think, 2 or 3 levels without me noticing. So, of course, I want her to do maximum range damage, so put most of her stuff in dexterity. A couple here, maybe a couple in luck as well. So take the willpower down, luck 12, body and dexterity 13, because I want her to survive as well. And I have a lot of new items. Now, because I equipped this rifle, of course, I will also not be dual wielding a ranged weapon, which makes it slower. Damage output will become slower but greater. Now I will go back to dual wielding. He looks much more badass when he has 2 swords than when he has 1. That is just a fact. With her, it doesn't matter that much. I'll give her this one just to maximize her damage output, even though it takes away actually no 2 protection for 0.68 damage. Nah, it's not worth it. But how about this? Does it? Nope, it doesn't give her any addition. Ooh, hat! I like hats. Rings, amulets, everything on. She has
I can't
a lot
use
of
that.
stuff. That is good for me. 5 mana, 7 protection. Put this on. This is something specific to one of the DLC characters. Ah. Okay, she can't use any of it. But the items that allow for essences to be imbued, I don't want her to sell those, because if she has something in her inventory, she will sell it when I send her to town, which I might as well do right now. So then I just press this go shopping button, and she will sell everything that's in her inventory and bring back whatever I tell her to buy here. And this you have to do every time. It doesn't save the settings. So I have to tell her each time. You can't just expect her to bring back 20 potions if you forget to set this. So go shopping.
Don't get killed while I'm gone.
I'll try not to. And as you can see, this will be counting down for 1 minute while you run around absolutely unprotected. No, no willpower. Don't like it. This will do for now. And skills. More damage. And I really love this one. Oh shit. Yes. Putting points in body is very important because, well, it's not important for me right now because I'm playing on casual, so I don't take that much damage, but later on when there's a swarm of 50 enemies just completely pounding you,
Special delivery.
then you really need to have your HP in order. And of course, you will be doing most of your damage output will be through melee damage, so it's also very important to keep that high. And I'm used to just pounding on the left mouse button when I'm in combat, and because I haven't, I have just a normal attack assigned to that, then it doesn't really do that much damage. Now, I've assigned that to the main weapon, and the main attack. Oh shit, and I'm out of mana.
Promise me you won't start with one of your monologues.
I am the hunter. I must make an impression here.
They will tear you apart.
Trust me, they always listen.
Right, he is talking about a wolf. So, ooh. Nice. Plus 23 HP. Chi plus 9 protection. Alright. Shall I go into the werewolves then? I shall. There's still a plus over Katarina's portrait up in the corner, so I think I missed something when I upgraded her. 0. Ah, skills! Of course, I didn't give her any skills. How silly of me. Now, this side is basically damage output, and this one is defense. So, whether you want her to mainly be her to be focused around keeping you alive or killing enemies, I have the philosophy that offense is the best defense, in this case at least. So I'll be giving her a lot of skills here, because, for example, this one, Katarina's deadly attack developed the ability to drain life force from her foes, healing your wounds in the process. This is really good, because, of course, both of those things, her doing damage and you getting health, are vital to your success. The magical bond that connects Katarina's ghost to you grows stronger, enabling you to attack as relentlessly as her. This increases your attack speed, thus increasing your damage output drastically. Now on this side, Katarina's presence creates a faint spectral nimbus around you, which deflects some of the incoming damage, plus 4% Van Helsing's defense. This is also really good. Now all of these are really good, but it's just, of course, just depends on your style of gameplay. whether you want her to be defensive or offensive. I like seeing her murder things, so I'm gonna, yeah. Now, time is almost out. Let's just get through these storms here before we take a break for lesson 2. Holy crap. Oh yeah, this guy. Now he spawns a lot of wolves. Wow, there's a huge difference between casual and normal, because I died like 8 times getting through this guy on normal. Last time, when I forgot to turn my mic on. That was 2 weeks ago or so. Right, so the object here is to kill these summoner sigils so that they stop spawning wolves. But, yeah, we're out of time. So, right now I'm gonna take a 10-minute break just to turn the volume of the game down a bit so that it doesn't annoy you as much. And I'll be back in 10 minutes with a broadcast of Van Helsing 2. See you then!